morning, Mega Rockers. Amanda Goldthread, General Sales Manager for Mega Rock Radio. This morning, I'm here with Lacey Reed, Case Manager for Jefferson, Elk Counties and DuBois area, and Cindy Shuckers, Program Coordinator for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Jefferson, Elk, and McKean Counties. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Jefferson, Elk, and McKean Counties are currently recruiting bigs. The need for volunteers is greater now than ever. Well, good morning, guys. Thank you for joining us. Can you tell us, you have a campaign going on right now, a recruitment campaign for volunteers. So what does it take to volunteer as a big? Cindy?
Okay. Well, it depends on which program option someone might be interested in. Because of the changes in what's been going on with the program, especially over the last year in COVID, we are now offering an e-mentoring program, which a high school student 16 or older can sign up for, or an adult, which is 18 or older. Our community-based services, which is what we've usually done, is matching adults 18 or older with a child. And then once we get into back to some normalcy, we're going to hopefully start some site-based programs. And again, those would be able to be, a volunteer would be able to be 16 or older to be involved in that. So it really just depends on what option someone might be looking at.
And what does that e-mentoring look like?
We started with Google Classroom, which I know a lot of people, you know, we're using Zoom and these virtual platforms so much, but we're hoping to match, you know, an adult or a high school student with a little and get them started in the virtual meetings. And so we went into Google, we've been using Google Classroom, we created units with fun activities. This isn't an academic type thing. This is just an opportunity for them to be able to meet much like we are right now and have a conversation or do a fun activity. And one of my favorite things is using the webcams that are available and exploring the world. I mean, there's, you know, a variety of activities and opportunities that they could engage in while they're getting to learn about each other. And then hopefully when they are able to meet in person, face to face, you know, the relationship's already started to be developed.
So Lacey, we were talking about your current goal is to recruit 30 new mentors between March and April. And you said you weren't sure exactly how many you were at, but you were definitely adding some, but there's still a need. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So through the months of March and April, we have been doing our campaign that is the Big Draft, and it is in partnership with the NFL throughout their draft period. While they're looking to draft the next best players to their teams, we're looking to draft the next best bigs to our team. So we are, as you mentioned, currently enrolling some bigs. Our goal was 30 to draft by the end of April, and we have been enrolling some, but the need is still great.
70 youth that are enrolled or in the process of enrolling in to get a big, to get a volunteer friend.
So currently in Jefferson, Elk, and McKean counties, there are littles that are just waiting to be paired up. Is that correct?
Yes, and they have been waiting for a long time, some of them. So yes.
So what's the time commitment to be a mentor? What kind of commitment are we looking at to be a volunteer?
You want to take it, Lacey?
Yeah. So we ask that our volunteers commit to 1 year at least of being a volunteer. Our research has shown that in order for a child to get the most benefit out of the program, they need to be enrolled for at least 1 year. And depending on the program that the volunteers enrolled in, we ask for community-based, that our volunteers meet with their littles at least 2 to 4 times a month for at least an hour. And for the site-based or e-mentoring programs, we ask that they meet for an hour each week, whether that's at the site or virtual online for the e-mentoring.
So it's not really a large time commitment, but it can make a huge difference and definitely really impact a child's life. If someone wants to volunteer, what's the best way for them to reach out?
So there's a couple different ways that they could contact us. They can call us at our toll-free number, which is 1-877-776-1636. Or they can visit our website at bbbsjem.org and choose to become a BIG, and then we will be in contact with them following them completing the online form.
And we'll make sure to get that information up here on the screen so you guys can have that readily available here with the video. But definitely makes a big difference. And I know this last year's with so many things changing, I think, Cindy, you and I were talking about like your biggest fundraising campaigns haven't been able to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody doesn't necessarily have time and they want to make a difference, they can certainly still make a monetary donation. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely. And you're right, Amanda. We have not had our Bowl for Kids' Sake event for 2 years now in a row. And that is our largest fundraiser for Big Brothers Big Sisters for all 3 counties. I mean, you know, we held an event in each county, or events actually, because it was multiple flights. And we did not have that for the last 2 years. So yes, absolutely. We're always accepted and appreciative of donations.
Well, ladies, is there anything that you'd like to add? Anything we missed on?
The only thing I would like to sort of focus on is that, you know, the expectations of a volunteer is really that of being a friend to the little. We're not asking them to spend a lot of money. We want activities to be free and low cost. It's the time, it's that effort, it's that communication with that child. It's the showing them that you're supportive and engaging them in activities that they might not otherwise have an opportunity to experience. That's what it's all about. And we realize that, you know, 4 hours a month, it's a time commitment, but when you think about it, an hour a week, really, I think we should, you know, really give some consideration to it. And if anybody has been thinking about it, now is the time. It is much needed. Our littles, like I said, some of them have been waiting a very long time for someone to step up and be their big brother or big sister.
So volunteer, step up, let's make a difference in our surrounding areas and the youth in our area. Again, we'll have that information there. If you'd like to volunteer, you can reach out to Cindy or Lacey and they will get you all set up. I appreciate your time, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I seriously hope that everybody that you just consider volunteering to make a difference with Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Jefferson, Elk, and McKean counties.